Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching. In today's video, I am going to take a look back at my faves and fails from October and November of last year. So I've been here on YouTube now a little over a year, and the first month that I put out a faves and fail videos was October of 2020. And so I thought I would look back at October and November, and it was actually really interesting for me to do that. So I watched both those videos. Which, if you've never watched yourself in video, it's always a little bit cringy, to be honest. And then, you know, some of those first videos were a bit rough for me. And I will say probably if I do this next year and look back at this video, it will probably also be a little bit rough for me. I think you just hope that you're always kind of getting better and evolving and all those things. So anyways, it was a little hard for me to watch that video, both of those videos, but it was really interesting for me to see what my faves and fails were and why. And I pulled out the products that I still have, because I still have quite a few of those products, and which ones are still faves and which ones have been knocked out and replaced by other things. So anyways, I'm just going to go through that today. I've seen other people do this video, of course, or this style of video anyways, where they look back. And I just always find that so interesting. You know, were these purchases worth it? Have I used them enough to warrant the price? So we will get into all that today, and yeah, I think it's super interesting, so I hope you also find it interesting. So let's go back to October 2020 and take a look at what my faves and fails were. So I've pulled up my description box here. The first product that was in that October 2020 faves and fails, and it was a fave, it was the EltaMD UV Elements Tinted Face Moisturizer with broad spectrum SPF 44. And it's $35 US is the price on it. All of these products I will link below. I don't currently have that, so I'll pop a little picture up here so you can see what I'm talking about. It's a really nice sunscreen. I really like that formula, and it works really well for me, especially for my dry skin. My issue with that product is how it's dispensed. So it comes in this squeezy tube with a pump on it. And the only way for that pump to consistently work is for you to store it with the pump down. But the tube is about this tall. I would say it's quite a tall tube, and so I can't stand it up in my skincare drawer. I did just recently show my entire skincare collection, so I'll link that video in case you want to check that out. But I store everything in like a pull-out drawer, and I couldn't store that product in that drawer upright because it's too tall. So I would have to keep it under my sink. Now I know that's silly, but to have to pull it out from under my sink every day to use it was a small annoyance, and so I haven't repurchased. Also, I feel like it's a little bit more expensive than the Australian Gold Botanical 50 all mineral sunscreen that I love. So I purchased that, a little over a year ago, and I used it up. I actually just pretty recently used it up. I want to say maybe a few months ago it was in one of my empties. So it did take me a long time to use it, again, because I found it annoying to use. So I wish it was just in like a regular squeezy tube without that pump on it. But if you like a pump and you can store it, so that pump works for you, it is a really nice sunscreen. Okay, so the next product in there is this one from Paula's Choice. This is the Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense Broad Spectrum SPF 30. I just used this up. Like a week ago. How long are you supposed to keep it on? Well, 12 months. So I was pretty close. I just didn't enjoy this. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fine, but I preferred the EltaMD, and I much prefer my Australian Gold sunscreen. So it took me a year to use it, and to be honest, I had to force myself to use it. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. It worked really well. The tint on it was nice. It blended into my skin. It sat well on my skin. It's a really nice sunscreen, but I just prefer the Australian Gold one, so that's the one I would reach for time and time again. And as this sat month after month in my drawer, I finally just said, okay, you know what? You've had it too long. Let's force ourselves to use it up. And so I did. And again, I just did. Like recently, I pulled this out of my empty spin. So I think I used this up maybe last week or the week before, and I'm happy I used it up. I won't repurchase. I love Paula's Choice stuff. I really do. They have a lot of great stuff. But what I find for me is that some of my core skincare products I like more than the Paula's Choice stuff. And a lot of the stuff that's in my skincare routine is a lot more affordable because I have to order this off the Paula's Choice website, and it's in US dollars. And you know, so by the time I get it, I can't remember, how much was this? $33 US. So truthfully, by the time I got this, it was probably a $40 sunscreen. It's not a very big container, and it's probably twice as much as the Australian Gold one, which I prefer anyway. And I find that with a lot of the Paula's Choice products, I don't prefer them over the stuff that are my core products. So, but they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. If you love Paula's Choice and you're looking for an all mineral sunscreen, this was really nice. So yeah, no complaints with this product, but I wouldn't repurchase. Okay, the next one in here is this one from Hourglass. My husband actually bought this for me for my birthday last year. This is what I'd asked for. And this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Mini Sculpture Unlocked. And you have 4 powder products in here. So kind of an all over, a blush, a highlight, and a bronzer. I love this. This is gorgeous. I have the 2019 6-pan version of this, and then I got this one in 2020, and I didn't purchase one this year because look how much of this I have left. Now you can see they were all quite domed. Oh, maybe I can't tip it so you can see it. And I have flattened off the dome on all these powders. These are gorgeous. If you've never tried an Hourglass powder product, they are some of the nicest powder products in my collection. Between the Hourglass ones and the Charlotte Tilbury ones, those are the nicest powders I own, no question. And that palette that I have from Hourglass, so these are holiday releases. The 2019 one, I think it's called the Ghost Edit. A lot of those I've used almost completely up. This one I have got quite a bit of wear out of, not as much as I should have. And I want to say this was almost $100, and I think the versions you can get this year, I think it is $100 actually. So I'm not going to pick up another one because I have this one. These shades all work for me. They're gorgeous, and I just don't need it. Do I want it? Yes. But I'm not going to get it. And so, yeah. Fantastic. I love this. Again, this is a limited edition holiday release from last year, and so you can't get it now, but there are versions of their holiday release palettes that you can get, and it's gorgeous. Like for travel, this is fantastic. It's everything I need in this palette, and I absolutely love it. No complaints. I'll give you guys some swatches of these in case you're curious. Well, that's the bronzing shade, the all over, the highlight, and the blush. For me, these are perfect. All of those work really well for me. And again, I've got a ton of use out of it. Not as much as I should have, but a ton. And I love it. Yeah, no regrets with this product at all. Fantastic. Okay, the next products in here are these ones from Tarte. So this is the Blush Authority Amazonian Clay Cheek Wardrobe, and you get 3 of them. They're 3 little mini compacts, and you open like this, and then each one has a little twist to it, and those are the products there. So you kind of have a shimmery blush or highlight, and then what I would say for me are 2 blush shades in that one, and then in this one there's a blush, and a blush, and then in this one there's a highlight, a blush, and a bronzer. So this one is actually in my project pan right now. I just added that in. I just did a refresh and added it in. I don't know what it is about these. I don't reach for them. They're here, sitting on my desktop for the last year. They're super convenient for me to reach for, but I just don't. I don't reach for them. So I put that one in my project pan to try to get some use out of it. I'm really hoping, because this is a blush, bronzer, and highlight, that it being in there, and you know, maybe I'll grab it because it's kind of the all-in-one. These are beautiful formulas. Like Tarte's Amazonian Clay formula is gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with any of these. I'm just not reaching for them. So I picked, this was a holiday set last year. Again, you can't get it right now, but Tarte they've got a little blush, like a mini Amazonian Clay blush 5-pack you can purchase actually as a holiday set this year. They have lots of holiday sets, and I really like Tarte as a brand. I have a lot of their products, and a lot of them I really like, but I just don't reach for this, and I'm not quite sure why. Part of it is that I don't wear a ton of powder products right now. Mostly I'm going in with creams, but I do normally top with a little bit of blush, a powder blush over my cream blush. I did that today. I do that almost every day actually, just for longevity. I'm just not reaching for them. So I put this in my project pan. I'm hoping to get some use out of it. I don't want to say it was a regret to purchase these because they're beautiful and I really love them, and when I do use them I enjoy using them, but I don't know that it was worth, I want to say this trio was maybe $50 or $55. Oh, I probably have it right here. Oh, it's $45. Did I need them? No. But I am happy to have them, and it's a really nice formula, and it's a nice way to try a lot of Tarte products. So I do love these little mini sets, but yeah, I'm not getting a lot of use out of it. I just have to be honest, right? I'm just not. I haven't got a lot of use out of it. There's some of these shades I've never even touched, to be honest. So there we go. Okay, the next thing in here is this little mini set from Rare Beauty. This set isn't available, but they have a couple of holiday releases that they've done, and I love the Rare Beauty products. I love all the Rare Beauty products in my collection. This set comes with 2 of the liquid blush. Oh my goodness, these are so cute. You guys know I love mini makeup. So it's the shade Love and the shade Joy, and they do have a very similar set available right now. I think it has, well, I'm not sure actually, but I'll link a couple of the sets below, because I think she has 2 sets out. She does have a little 4-pack of the mini blush, and I did add that to my stocking wish list that I gave my husband, so hopefully that will be in there. So yeah, it came with 2 of those, and then it came with one of her, it's like a tinted balm. This is what I have on today. You can see it's got a ton of pigment. It's very opaque in color, and it's a little mini of this tinted balm. It's almost more like a lipstick balm, I would describe it as. It's beautiful. Let me give you some swatches of these products. So that's this tinted balm that she has. This is the liquid blush in Joy, and this is the liquid blush in Love. And then the set also came with a liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade, okay, well, I can't read what shade that is, so I'll try to find it and link it below, but it's one of the liquid lip formulas. It's a very interesting formula. It's almost kind of whipped, and it's this beautiful deep berry shade. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. Here's the thing with the lip products, they're kind of in deeper shades, and so I'm not reaching for them because I'm not really reaching for any lip products right now that are, you know, sort of deep in color, because when I leave the house I put a mask on. So unless I'm filming, and normally then I honestly just put a gloss on. So I'm not reaching for these, unfortunately, but they're lovely and I'm so happy to have them. And then the liquid blushes I'm also not reaching for, because I have fallen in love with some cream blush formulas, and that's the only reason, because there's nothing wrong with these, and these little mini sets are so cute. They come in cute little boxes. It's great for a gift. It's great for yourself. No regrets on that set at all. Really happy to have it. Okay, the next thing in here is this face palette by Pretty Vulgar. It's the Nesting Bee Face. I did recently have this in my project pan. I used it quite a bit, and I just recently pulled it out to put the Amazonian clay wardrobe from Tarte in there. But these are the 3 shades that I typically wear. So you've got your blush, your bronzer, your highlight. I received this in a BoxyCharm. It's a really nice palette. I did say in another video, I feel like this blush shade is drying out a little bit. Like these other formulas feel more creamy than that one, but they're really nice powders. I have tried quite a few things from Pretty Vulgar. I don't think I've ever purchased anything. I think most of the things I've tried have come in subscription boxes, but I really like this palette. It's nice. It's really nice. It works really well. So I used it for the last couple of months and just recently took it out to replace it with something else out of my project pan, but I'm happy to have it. Again, it was in a BoxyCharm. I didn't outright purchase it. I mean, I do purchase my boxes, but yeah, it works really well. No complaints with that. Okay, there was a couple things that were in my October faves and fails that I don't have. One of them was a Farsali Quench Moisture Replenish Serum. If I can find a photo, I'll put it up here, but it was just a really nice hydrating, I think it was a hyaluronic acid serum actually. I used it up. I don't think you can get Farsali stuff anymore. I think they've closed their doors as a brand is what I heard. So Sephora did have some of their stuff on sale for a little bit, but I didn't see that product there. I think initially I either received it in a BoxyCharm or I purchased it in the Boxy pop-up sale. It was really nice. I wouldn't have spent that money on a hyaluronic acid to repurchase it, but I used it up and it was nice. Another product that I had in here was from Frank Body. It was the Glow Mask. It's a really nice glow mask. Again, I'll try to pop a picture up. I have seen it in the Boxy pop-up sale. I'm not sure where you purchase Frank Body other than off their website. I have never seen it in store here in Canada. I used it just as sort of an overnight moisturizer, to be honest, and it was really nice. If I could find it at a pretty good price, I would pick that product up again. I think I want to say I got one in a BoxyCharm and I might have repurchased one even. So yeah, it was a really nice, really thick moisturizer if I remember correctly. And then I had a Kosas Sport Lip Fuel Hyaluronic Lip Balm. Again, really nice. And I did see Kosas came out with a trio for the holidays. I saw that on Sephora, but I want to say it was like $35 for the trio maybe. I'm not sure if they're mini size. If they're still available, I'll pop a little picture up so you can see what I'm talking about. Those are really nice lip balms. I think that set came with a clear and then 2 tinted, and I was tempted to purchase it, but I have more lip products than I'm ever going to get through, so I didn't purchase it, but it's a really nice lip balm, and I really, I enjoyed that product. Okay, and then in here was one of these brow pencils from Real Her, and this is the I Am Inspiring. I think I Am Inspiring is the shade actually, and it's the Definer brow pencil. It's got a little spoolie on one end, which I don't use, it's too small. Now I received one of these initially in a BoxyCharm, and then since then, so that would have been, I guess October was when I initially got it. I've since purchased 3 or 4 of these when they are in that Boxy pop-up sale. This is the last one I have, and that's all that's left. I've got maybe one more use out of it. This brow pencil is my favorite micro pencil that I've ever used. I love this. It is this beautiful, creamy, blendable formula. I have it in today. It perfectly matches my brow color. It stays put. It is fantastic. I know BoxyCharm has a sale coming up on November 8th. I'm hoping that some of these will be in there, and I'll just purchase maybe 3 or 4 of them even to get me through next year. Now it's a creamy formula, so I do go through these kind of quick, but I've had at least 3 or 4 of them over the last year, and I love this product. Now, do I need to purchase more brow products? No, I don't, because I have all these brow pencils to get through. However, I love this one, and when this is in my collection, I reach for it over all those other ones. It's quick, it's easy, and it looks nice, and it blends well, and it wears well, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I think for me, I would have to order this off the Real Her website. It's in US dollars. I have to get it shipped to Canada. Sometimes that's not always great for us Canadians, to be honest. You can end up paying a ton for shipping. It can take forever to get here, and I can get dinged at the border paying, extra for it as well. So yeah, absolutely love that brow pencil. So there's a couple more products in here that I no longer have. There is a Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Kiss tinted lip butter. I felt like when I received it, I think I purchased it in the Boxy pop-up sale, and I felt like it smelled a little off when I got it, and it turned real quick. So I actually just had to declutter that product. I was hardly even able to use it. There's the original makeup eraser. I still have that. I use that just as a face cloth. So I received that in a BoxyCharm box. I wouldn't purchase a makeup eraser because I don't use it for how they're intended, which is just with some warm water to remove your makeup. I don't use it like that. I use it just as a face cloth because I have it, and they're $26 Canadian. So I would never purchase one because I don't purchase $26 face cloths. But I'm using it as a face cloth, and I prefer a cleansing balm to remove my makeup, so wouldn't purchase one. I also had in here for a fail the Winky Lux Unibrow Universal Eyebrow Pencil. I don't know actually if I talked about it as a fail in there, but I ended up decluttering that. It was a very dry formula, and I just couldn't get it to show up well in my brows. So I'm not sure if maybe it was an older product that I had, but it just didn't work well for me. The shade was off for me. The product was sort of a thicker pencil, which I don't like, and it was a really dry, stiff formula. So I decluttered that recently when I did my declutter series. And then the last product for October was a Skin & Co. Truffle Therapy Whipped Cleansing Cream. It was really nice. I really liked it as a cleanser, but it was $35, and it came in a tube about that big. So I wouldn't replace it with my CeraVe cream cleanser because that product, I love it and it works well and it's much more affordable. So there's my October faves and fails. I feel like I did pretty good. You know, a lot of those products are still in my collection. I still use them all the time and I really enjoy them. So let's see how we did in November. Okay, so for November, one of my faves was this e.l.f. Putty Blush. And I think this is in the shade Tahiti. This is a really nice product. So I have the Putty Blush and the Putty Bronzer, and I like both of these products. I've had this again a year. It's still very creamy, and that's the shade there. It's gorgeous. It's really nice. Actually, it looked a little patchy when I put it on there, but it isn't when I put it on my face. The issue I have with both these products is it's tricky to get my sponge in there to pick the product up. I wish this was in a container that was a little maybe wider and flatter, but I did recently pick up the e.l.f. Putty Blush brush. And so I'm excited to try the brush in here and see how that works. But it's a beautiful cream blush formula. I don't reach for this over some of my, like the Tower 28 cream blush. That is just, I love it. The Tarte cream blushes are gorgeous. There's that new one by Rose Inc. I really like. I don't reach for this over that, but it's a beautiful budget-friendly formula and it works really well. And I love it. I do wear it. I just reach for those other ones over this one. So that's that. I did also talk in that video about how much I love these Fenty ones because I feel like this is a very, very similar formula. And this Tahiti shade is a dupe for the Petal Poppin' in this Fenty cream blush formula. Now, I don't have that product. I actually use that cream blush all the way up. The shade I have right now is in Summertime Wine, and it's the shade I don't feel like works very well for me. So again, I don't reach for it. It's maybe just a little too deep. Like, can you see this Tahiti shade? That's kind of where I'm at for my very fair skin. This shade, even when I, sort of try to blend it out, it still has quite a bit of pop to it. So I don't reach for this one. It's just a little bit harder for me to use. I just have to be a little bit more careful, but both of those are great products. I do have 3 e.l.f. products in my November faves and fails because I did an e.l.f. order. The next product is this powder. It's a loose setting powder, the Halo Glow setting powder. It's really nice. I just recently took this out of my project pan and I just put it in there to get some use out of it. It's a really nice setting powder if you want a little bit of glow on your skin when you're using a setting powder, which I do because I have very dry skin. If you have oily skin, I don't think you would enjoy this product. However, I think e.l.f. makes they make a couple versions of their loose setting powder. It's fantastic. No complaints with this product at all. I have quite a few setting powders, and because my skin is dry, I don't use a lot of setting powder, so I do struggle to get through them, and there is still a ton of product in there. So I'm just gonna put this back in my collection and, try to cycle through and use it from time to time, but it's a really nice setting powder. The last e.l.f. product that I had in there was this Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. It's really nice, I like it. And you can see in the year that I've had it, I've kind of used half of it. It's really nice, it has a nice light scent and it has a nice fine mister. It's really nice. I have so many setting sprays that I've struggled to use it. So I'm gonna try to focus on it a little bit more. It does give a dewiness to the skin. So if you have oily skin or you don't like that dewy look, you would not enjoy this product. But all those e.l.f. products I'm happy to have, and I do still use them from time to time. A product that I had on my faves and fails for November that I no longer have because I've actually used it up was from Jouer, and it's the Essential Lip Enhancer. I think I got that in a BoxyCharm initially, or maybe that product I got in the BoxyCharm. I've had a couple of them since. It's a gorgeous glossy lip balm hybrid product. Comes in a squeezy tube. Again, I'll try to put a picture up here so you can see what I'm talking about. And it's really nice. I really like that product. I think they did come out with, again, a little holiday trio set. It's a great way to, because I think it does come in different tints, but it's a great way to try that product. It does make my lips feel hydrated and plumped slightly. So yeah, it's a great product. I would definitely repurchase and be happy to have in my collection again. The next product is from Charlotte Tilbury, and it's this mini of the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I wish that this was still available. This is the perfect size of this product. So there is a bigger version of this that I haven't seen it on Sephora, but I do know last time I checked, the full size was available right on the Charlotte Tilbury website, and it comes with the highlighter and the bronzer. Look how much I've used that bronzer. Like, I've actually hit pan on it. And do you know what I mostly use this for? Is my eyes. So I'll go in and deepen up the crease with this bronze shade and then just top my lid with a little bit of the highlight. It's a gorgeous everyday look for me. I use it all the time for that. I do also use it as bronzer and highlight when I'm going in with powder products. This is fantastic. I think this was, does it say on here? It was $40. I wish she would come out with this again because they're fantastic products. Like I said earlier, Charlotte Tilbury powders, some of my favorites. They are such beautiful, soft, finely milled powders. Yeah, so it's fantastic. I love this product. I'm very happy to have it, and you can see I've got a ton of use out of it in the last year. I did also have on here the Inky List Oat Cleansing Balm. I did use that product up, but it just took me forever. I did not at all enjoy that cleansing balm. I felt like it just didn't cleanse my skin as well as I wanted it to. And I really wanted it to work for me because it was a super budget-friendly cleansing balm. It came in a massive tube. How much was it? $13 Canadian, which is fantastic. But I just felt like when I used it, I didn't like how it would dispense, because sometimes it would come out as kind of a thick, really thick balm, and then other times it would just be this squelchy oil. And so it was a little bit messy to use. And I just felt like it didn't remove my makeup as well as like my favorite Heimish all clean balm that I love. The Clinique Take the Day Off balm I feel like works better. So it's just not my favorite. I felt like I had to go in after with the cream cleanser to really remove it off my face. Like, it just didn't rinse clean. It made my skin feel a little bit oily when I was done. So I haven't repurchased, and even at that price, I probably wouldn't repurchase it. So yeah, not my favorite. Okay, and then the last thing is from Too Faced. This was a holiday collection last year. It was their Cinnamon Bear collection. This is the Lip Injection Extreme. I was so excited to have this product. I thought, oh, Lip Injection Extreme, that's gonna be fantastic. It no longer smells like cinnamon. I don't even know if it really did at first, even when I got it. What I wanted it to be was a really strong cinnamon scent and flavor, and then I wanted it to really tingle and make my lips feel plump, and it did neither of those things. So it was a disappointment for me. It is a pretty gloss though, just on its own. It has a bit of shimmer in it. It feels nice on the lips, and it's a pretty color. So I do use it. It just was disappointing that it didn't do what I wanted it to do, which was be very cinnamony and kind of tingle my lips a little bit. I'm using it, but just kind of as a regular lip gloss. So there is a look back at all of my faves and fails from last year, October, November. I always think it's interesting to look back, right? And I thought, since I had the videos and I could actually reference the products that I was loving a year ago, I thought it would be kind of interesting to see what I thought a year later. And I'm happy to say for most of them, still loving, still happy to have in my collection. Let me know down below if you guys have tried any of these products from a year ago, or if they've even been more recent purchases for you and what you think, or your products that you still love a year later. You know, I love to hear from you guys in the comments. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. As always, I really appreciate it. I hope this was as interesting for you as it was for me. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, if you would subscribe, that would be amazing. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.